Hello, Dr. Guardia. We are Team 8 on the Southwood School Case Study Analysis. I am Mara Bella, the project leader, and with me today are Julie Quinones and Pierre Miller. I am now going to pass it to Pierre.
Thank you, Mara. So one of the things that's been identified in the workplace in the 21st century is an extremely competitive environment. An examination of the case study of the Southwood School District and analysis of by Group Team 8 leads us to conclude that we need to make sure to improve upon the performance management results that the case study has provided. Performance management encompasses, according to Dr. Guardia, having the manager improve organizational performance and mitigate organizational risk. What we aim to do as Team 8 is to improve the dynamics of this particular real-life scenario and to be able to come up with we've come up with 3 key solutions, which is namely feedback, job descriptions, and self-evaluations. The remaining opportunities that we were able to identify as part of the case study and the changes that were made is first taking a look and seeing the results and seeing the significant progress that was made. There was more employee participation, there was more better training and development activities, and these increased by 200%. The practical performance issues that we identified were job descriptions were out of date. The performance expectations, especially of the support staff, were very ambiguous, namely the admin assistant and also the classroom assistant position. What this new system sought to address was to take care of these gaps and be able to improve upon these. The analysis of the intended group job found that the inconsistent job descriptions lead to inconsistent evaluations. Our action plans are as follows. Construction of clearly defined roles and responsibilities for every position. Use of simplified performance review, not an elimination of, as shown in the case study review. We wanted to make sure that we have a simplified performance review to be able to keep score, namely exceptional, successful, and inconsistent. This falls in line with 4 disciplines of execution, which does talk about keeping score and being able to connect performance to achievable goals from a global perspective as well as a personal perspective for your associates. Once they know the score and once they're able to connect that to the goals that they set for them, then they're able to be more efficient and conducting the work that they have. Our 4th action plan was to be able to use a third-party climate survey to solicit transparent feedback and to implement necessary changes as we see fit. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Mara.
The Pareto principle argues that 20% of people's effort produce 80% of the results, and 80% of the efforts produce 20% of the results. Many additions can be included to improve the performance of Southwood School District, but we have focused on these 3: job description and goals, feedback, and self-evaluation. These additions will improve the organization's skills and allow for a positive outcome to the problems addressed in the case study. I am now going to turn it to Julie.
Thank you, Mara. The new system that was implemented for the Southwood School District was able to change their performance management system to include feedback for the support staff employees. The appraisers and appraisees both had to complete the performance review meeting form, which is work number 2, before the performance review meeting. This allows for the employees to rate themselves, as well as the evaluators to rate the employees and see exactly where they stand with the company. The new system is designed to assess general performance and then employee-specific projects and/or tasks. Appraisers were trained on how to provide effective feedback to their support staff. The following points were emphasized. Feedback should be constructive and provide potential solutions. Emphasis should be on the positive and acknowledge strengths. Feedback should be based on facts rather than opinions and backed with evidence. And the goal should be on moving forward in a positive way. Feedback is an important piece to an organization's successful implementation of a well-designed performance management system. Receiving feedback about one's performance increases the motivation for future performance, as well as it fulfills a basic human need to be recognized and valued at work, which in turn is likely to increase an employee's self-esteem. The problem there is a lack of feedback. is that there is low employee satisfaction and engagement. This causes the following things to happen within the organization, which you can see listed on the provided fishbone diagram. When there are no employee satisfaction and engagement surveys issued, there is a lack of motivation, a feeling of being underappreciated, as well as feeling unimportant. When there is a lack of proper appraisals and feedback for the support staff, they could see that there was a higher focus on teachers' development, as well as evaluators were not sure of how to grade employees' performance. Lastly, there was not enough time spent on training and development for support staff. The support staff were not able to receive the correct training and development, so they weren't sure of what their goals were. They had the wrong person to conduct the evaluations, and lastly, there was a higher focus on teachers, not support staff. All of this led to low employee satisfaction and engagement. One good tool for gauging and actually collecting information about how employees feel about their jobs and employers is by issuing employee satisfaction and engagement surveys. A well-designed survey is considered the first step towards improving employee satisfaction and engagement. A good example of an employee engagement survey is the Gallup Q12 Employee Engagement Survey, which is listed on the right. If employee satisfaction and engagement surveys are done correctly, a company can really benefit from the most important part of their organization, which is the people. We have provided a sample of both surveys on the next slide. These questions are more catered toward to the support staff of the Southwood School District. Here we have an employee satisfaction survey on the left and an employee engagement survey on the right. A couple of examples from the satisfaction survey is, my work gives me a feeling of personal accomplishment. I have the tools and resources to do my job well. On my job, I have clearly defined goals. That was a big issue for the Southwood School District. An example of the employee engagement survey, a couple of them are, I see professional growth and career development opportunities for myself in this organization, which too was a big issue within the Southwood School District. Our company provides a culture in which I can thrive. I did not see that as well in the Southwood School District. Now I will introduce Mara.
In reviewing performance in the Southwood School District, an issue employees raised in regards to the system was that it was a one-way communication process, where the appraiser often identified goals and objectives before meeting with the employee. The new system created a two-way communication process, which included the preparing for performance review. The preparing for the performance review is similar to that of the self-evaluation form and is designed to help employees identify issues and areas they would like to discuss. These reviews can be given mid-year or annually. Self-evaluations are a new viable alternative and have become more common in the workplace. They help emphasize possible discrepancies, and the resulting information can be used productively in the future. They can reduce employee self-defensiveness, increase the employee satisfaction with the performance management system, enhance their view of accuracy and fairness, and increase the acceptance of the new system. Including self-evaluations gives employees the opportunity to correct problems in a non-judgmental manner, offers an introspective point of view, encourages personal growth, increases employee development, increases employee commitment to the new system, and provides important information to be discussed during the review. Self-evaluation questions should focus on discussing job definition, accomplishments, goal setting, and development planning. Some of the questions asked include, which position responsibilities do you view as most important? What are your goals for the coming year, and what actions will you take to accomplish these goals? What kinds of professional development activities would you like to do during the coming year? And describe development activities that have been helpful since last year. The impact of self-evaluations. The implementation of a new performance management system, which includes the use of self-evaluations, will make the employee feel that their own views and opinions matter and will further increase employee engagement and participation. I'm now going to turn it back to Julie.
Thank you. A quick summary of what was discussed in this presentation were several ways to approaching the new performance management system, which included more frequent evaluations, rewriting the job descriptions, issuing employee satisfaction and engagement surveys, as well as self-evaluations. An outcome of the solutions were to sharpen the organization's skills, allow for a positive outcome for the problems addressed, have a greater increase in employee engagement, have more satisfaction within the organization, and lastly, improvement in overall employee performance. I will now give it back to Mara.
On behalf of Team 8, myself, Mara Bella, Julie Quinones, and Pierre Miller, we want to thank you for your time. The following slides have our references. Thank you.